Hello, friends. This is NBA Today on YouTube. This is where we do the extra bits, the very much Richard prepared bits, the stuff that didn't make the hour on ESPN. I'm Malika Andrews.
This is
Zach Lowe. This is the director of Ambiance, Richard Jefferson, the one and only Chiney Agumake.
Can we cuss on YouTube?
Well, so I was going to ask if you...
Our producer's like, no.
That's why we have the button.
Through the season. But hell is on... So that doesn't count. We're a quarter of the way through the season.
Well, hell is a place. The Pistons live there right now.
So the Spurs?
That's a good
The
one.
Atlanta Hawks?
All right, who lives in hell? No, that's not the prompt. The prompt is we're a quarter of the way through the season, and we're trying to figure out who the identity of some of these teams are. So, Zach Lowe, I will start by asking you, what the hell are...
First of all, what the hell were those intros? Because as you went down the line, everyone's intro got progressively better, starting from like just this guy to this guy to
Wait,
the
where are
one
your
and only
glasses? Where are your
whatever.
glasses?
Oh, like, that's my
You're-
sis,
okay,
though.
put your glasses on and you're now DJ Zach Attack.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right, sorry. DJ Zach in the building! All right, do you feel better and more prepared to answer the question now?
What the hell are the Cleveland Cavaliers?
This is my
Who won 50 games, whatever, last year.
Yep.
Second best net rating in the whole league, I think, and then they got kind of wiped out in the playoffs by Mitchell Robinson, tidal wave of offensive rebounds.
Yes.
13-10, they're all right. That's like they haven't been healthy. I think they're Mobley, Allen, Garland, Mitchell. They only played 156 minutes together. That's not very much. But I don't know. When I watch them, something's just not gelling right. And I'm going to give it time. Like, they barely played together. I think Strus has been great. Karis LeVert's playing well off the bench. He's been hurt too. I'm monitoring the situation because the offense has been clunky.
Yep.
The double big Mobley Allen spacing thing has been clunky sometimes. And then they'll play 5 minutes where it's like Allen finds Mobley for a lob.
That's great.
Mobley finds Allen with the puck. You're like,
As
they
designed.
figured it out. I kind of don't know what to think right now, which is why I'm seeking counsel from this esteemed panel.
Well, it's a good thing that we have someone who won a ring with the Cleveland Cavaliers as our esteemed counsel on this subject.
Look, I think the Cavs, like you said, are still trying to figure it out. That, if you look at their last 2 seasons, it was like they were really, really high, and then they tailed off. Then they go get Donovan Mitchell. Then they have a very good season, kind of flat line against a very bad matchup in the postseason against the New York Knicks. So what did they do? They added size, right? And they added shooting, added some toughness, right? So that's what so now it takes a little bit of time for it to kind of match up. And look, small sample size. We're talking about 13-10. They're, a 5-game winning streak, which we know, a 7-game winning streak, winning 8 out of 10. I think they're very capable of doing it, and then they're right there.
And good on them for being 13-10 despite all this. They've banked some wins. That matters.
Yeah.
It just feels like the Cavs, though, when we talk about them, we're also talking about the stakes. We're talking about Donovan Mitchell long term.
Yes.
We're talking about where they go from there, and that's what adds a little extra to
Take that button away from her.
I love this. The hype button is my new favorite thing. Chiney, I'm borrowing it, if I could, please. Chiney, what the hell are?
Okay, I'm looking at the bottom line right there. What the hell are we doing starting to hope again in the Los Angeles Clippers? They've got me. My heart is going back to Los Angeles Clippers. They've won 4 straight. They figured it out with their rotation to a little bit because Russ, he's now coming off the bench being productive. Norm Powell shooting well off of the bench. But more importantly, Kawhi Leonard is back. And when Kawhi is dropping 34 and 41 in sequential games, he and Paul George averaging 23 together, and we're seeing all of the hope come back to our lives. Why not? I just question myself.
Oh, we went up to a different octave.
I did.
That's the level that we're at. Can you help her feel a little bit better about her questioning of this, Zach?
How am I supposed to make her feel better? By saying...
Which direction do you see the Clippers going? What, she's asking, what the hell am I doing?
I'm starting to hope again.
It depends.
She's believing in life after life.
It depends.
Do you believe in life after life?
I'm sorry, you two.
I can feel something. Okay. Yep, go ahead.
Inside. Okay. I'm sorry.
I really
Okay.
I
know.
I'm quite proud of you guys.
No one is hitting the hype button. No one is hitting the hype button.
Oh, okay.
So it depends what your life goals out of the Clippers are.
Okay. What are your goals?
If you're like, I'm back, championship expectations, I'm
not.
back, I'm all the way back, I think you just need to just take a little step back. But look,
Step back, Zach.
my whole thing with the Harden trade, which people made fun of, and then they started 0-5 and people really made fun of it, was the Clippers decided internally, pre-Harden, we're not good enough anymore. Like before this season, it was if we got our big 2 guys healthy, we're good enough. And they decided, I think correctly, That's not true anymore. We need to do something. They tried to get Drew Holiday, remember? They didn't get Drew Holiday. And so this is why they got Harden. And it took a while, but they figured out the rotation. And 3 things have happened. Number 1, you mentioned it. Kawhi's Kawhi. And, like, the whole thing is based on Kawhi being Kawhi. And I want to shout out Terrence Mann and Ivica Zubac for rounding out that starting 5 with T-Man in it in place of Russ that is plus $1 million approximately over some amount of
That's what the data says.
Terrence Mann, he went through a whole stretch where he wouldn't even shoot a 3. His confidence was so shaken. He's starting to take them again, and it's like they have a battery pack on when he's in the game with them. And Zoo, after those first few games with Harden where they couldn't figure each other out in the pick and roll, they figured it out. He's getting buckets. He's making the right passes. His rim protection has been great. They got something cooking there. Ooh. They look like a team that can do something in the playoffs. I just don't want you to get I don't want you to get your hopes too far. They actually beat Denver.
Again?
They actually beat Denver, which it feels like they haven't done in 5 years.
We're not going to go back to last year where we picked them to come out of the West.
No, not quite.
We.
Me and Sinead.
I do
we
too.
own that.
We own
and Zach, you can come on over to the week.
Denver Nuggets.
But I'm hoping that they're actually going to be a competitive
The Nuggets are here. The Nuggets are here.
Yeah, and everyone else is the Nuggets are the measuring stick for everybody else. All right, Richard, your turn.
Okay, there's a lot of places I was thinking about going with this. I wasn't quite sure.
Finish the sentence. Go.
But what the hell are the Indiana Pacers? What the hell are the Indiana Pacers? Like, this is a team that beat Boston.
Yep.
Beat Milwaukee.
Yes.
Took the Lakers down to the final. A focused LeBron. And
what?
Focused. That man was locked in. I ain't seen
like
that.
Back to the glasses?
Ooh-wee. But I'm saying, you see that look in his eye, and then AD jumped on the bandwagon and was like, "Oh, Bron's focused. Let me get locked in too."
Yeah, he was putting up 40 and 20.
And look, shout out AD and shout out that whole squad. They all approached it with that. But we have to.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's like, where are the Pacers? This team is great. We've been excited about Tyrese Haliburton.
Yep.
We've been excited about their shooting. We've been excited about the points that they put. They're not a contender. They're not an Eastern Conference final. But
question: are they a destination now?
Yeah, well, no, I think if you go back and look at history, Indiana has had a lot of great teams in a lot of different ways. My biggest thing is, with Tyrese Haliburton.
Great beaches.
Yeah. With Tyrese Haliburton, they are definitely a destination. But my question is this. Are they one player away? That's the question. What the hell are they? Because it's like, are they one player?
1.5.
1 point. That's what I'm saying. But 1.5 is a lot further away than we thought at the beginning of the season when they first made the Tyrese trade 2 years ago.
You thought there were 2 or 3.
Yeah, so you're like,
I totally
they're
disagree.
You think they're close?
I totally disagree. That's better. That's further along than we thought.
That's what I'm saying.
I was saying it the way.
Well, good. Take off your glasses and you can hear what I'm saying.
Do you ever do that? Do you ever turn down the music to read directions better? Because I do.
Actually,
no, and stop telling people these things. Jeez.
I do that.
Okay, so somebody just tell me, because I'm trying to figure out what the Pacers are. They are a team that, like, if we were to say at the postseason, they would probably settle in the 7-8 spot.
Right. So, okay, so if we're saying the contenders, the true inner circle contenders are the Nuggets, the Celtics. Are we going to put the Bucks in there?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to put the Bucks in there. Anyone else we
Philly.
need to put in there?
Put Philly.
You can put the Lakers.
Lakers. Okay.
Lakers.
All right.
It's getting the
Now
outer
it's
ring is getting a little blurry.
This is getting a little bit nebulous. So I think we all agree on the Bucks. We all agree on the Celtics. We all agree on the Nuggets.
Yes.
Everything else gets a little bit shaky.
Suns can get there.
Okay, Suns can get there. So then the Pacers, are we putting in that second tier at this point?
No, that's what's weird about that.
Yeah,
They're in that
that's
second tier. But again, they made that jump in the in-season tournament. They played outstanding, 6-1 over the course of the whole in-season tournament. That was impressive. But it's like, I know that they can win a lot of games.
Well,
I know they can do well.
Here's
but
what's going to happen next, right? Because we've all had defensive questions about them. They're scoring approximately, would you say, 1 million points?
A million.
Yeah,
giving up
approximately, but
just
also
under 1 million.
Exactly, just giving up just under 1 million. So that's the question. And then the next question is, okay, going from the hunters to the hunted.
Yep.
Even in the in-season tournament, it's a little bit different. Scheming for Tyrese Haliburton, the way that we saw LeBron and Anthony Davis
Playoff defense.
lock in with that playoff defense on them. Now that they have that shift in December versus usually we don't get that shift until the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? Like, our team is going to start coming for them.
Hence the question.
So maybe they're ahead of schedule.
I got a comp for you.
Come on.
I made this comp on my podcast.
Don't make me
The
walk off.
wildly successful Low Post podcast. Yep.
When I was watching the Pacers in the IST, are we calling it the IST?
Yeah. You can call it
now
that.
we
With
can.
those
Revving it
glasses.
right up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept thinking back to the Suns in the bubble, where there was a young team who decided we're going to use this thing as a springboard to see Like, they played more serious defense in this tournament than they have in the regular season. They brought the intensity, and I think some teams didn't really care that much. Some teams cared a little bit. Some teams decided, like, just like the Suns in the bubble, like, we're going to take this seriously. We're going to use it as a springboard. I'm interested to see where they go from here because I think they discovered, hey, we're actually, like, when we get intense and focus on defense, like, we can be a little better than even we thought, which is a cool, like, self-discovery process.
Let me ask you this real quick, Rich, before we wrap this segment up. Both JJ and was it you were involved in this? I don't know. We were talking about who you would most want to play with in the NBA currently, and he said Tyrese Haliburton and Nikola Jokic.
I would agree because you want to play with guys like.
And that's what I feel like is shifting.
You
right
would
now.
say I think you would even say LeBron over even Luka. Luka's very ball dominant.
Right.
He
But Tyrese is now in that conversation
because it's the style of play. Not just can you assist, right? Luka, LeBron. There's a lot of assist guys, but it's the style of play that everyone benefits. If I run hard, he's going to get you the ball. Tyrese Haliburton. Same with Jokic. If I cut hard, Jokic is going to get you the ball. Right. So those are the two things that if you had to say, like, I want to play with some guy, raise my value, get my money up, get my numbers up, those would be the top two on the list.
There's a selflessness to their superstardom. Not saying Tyrese is a superstar, but, like, that's the aspect.
Well, that's a whole other. The rubric for superstar.
Wait. Why can't we say that?
Because he's not a superstar.
He's not a superstar.
Why?
Can we save that for another day?
He's in the MVP conversation right now.
Yes,
but that doesn't make you a superstar.
No, he's not.
That means you're
But he's
high.
not in the MVP.
If you start listing your five-man MVP ballot, you're going to get to Tyrese Haliburton in the conversation.
Our argument, and we will get into this on another
won't.
day, is that superstardom isn't just your play on the court. It's casual fans.
And it's sustained excellence.
We're going to start a new segment.
All right.
I want to hear this.
All right, we're going to do that
in the
next.
top five, Zach.
We're going to do that in our next segment. Yeah, what the hell is our NBA Today on YouTube? It's this. Thank you so much for spending a little time with us. We'll see you at 3 o'clock Eastern weekdays on ESPN.
I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Right, one more time.